Welcome back to Simply Jewish Parenting. This is our second episode. Today we're talking about gratitude, and by the end of this episode, you will understand why I call it a superpower. All right, it's Hanukkah. Picture this. You've spent time and money picking out thoughtful gifts for your children. You say the brachas, you sing the songs, Maotzur, maybe I had a little dreidel, and then you hand over the presents. And then what happens? Maybe your kids start saying things like, is this all I'm getting? Or, but I wanted the other one. So if you've been there, you are not alone. And here's what I want you to know. Your child is not broken, and you haven't failed as a parent. All right, let's talk science for a minute. Researchers have found that gratitude literally changes your brain. It helps people feel more positive emotions and enjoy good experiences more fully. Gratitude improves health, sleep patterns, and mental stamina. It strengthens relationships both at home and at work. And we know as Jewish parents, our home is one of the most important aspects of our life. All right, so here's the really powerful part. It combats depression and helps us deal with adversity. There's a study done at Indiana University that looked at people suffering from anxiety and depression. Half were asked to write thank you letters to people in their lives. 3 months later, brain scans showed that those who'd practiced gratitude and had lasting changes in their brain structure. The gratitude had literally rewired their brains to make it easier to feel grateful in the future. So that's why I call it a superpower, and that's what we want to give our children. Our Jewish sages taught us to build gratitude into our everyday lives. We wake up, we say Moda'ani, thanking Hashem for giving us another day, another chance. We say Birkat HaShachar, thanking Hashem for our ability to make our own decisions, to see, to walk. We make brachas, blessings on our food. We even say a bracha on going to the bathroom. And Shmona Esrei, the silent Amida, is filled with gratitude. All right, let's get back to our kids. Children aren't naturally ungrateful. They're naturally egocentric. That's not an insult. It's just developmental reality. Young kids don't have the cognitive ability to fully understand how their actions impact others. They struggle to put themselves in someone else's shoes. Now, here's the kicker. Teenagers have an even harder time with gratitude. Studies show that while gratitude journals help adults and even college students feel happier, they don't have the same effect on teens. This is really important to understand. Why? Because being grateful means acknowledging you're dependent on the people giving you things, and for teens, those people are their parents. And since teenagers are in the process of separating from their parents and forming their own identity, gratitude feels like the opposite of what they're trying to achieve. So if your teenager seems ungrateful, they're not broken either. They're actually on the right track. But they are watching you and learning from you. They're just not going to show it until they're older. It's like they're storing it in their freezer. So here's the good news about gratitude. It's like a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it gets. And the best way to teach it is by role modeling, that your kids are watching everything you do. When you thank your spouse for taking out the garbage, they're listening. When you say thank you to the postal worker and to the store clerk and the person who's bagging your grocery, they are learning. When you point out a beautiful sunset and express wonder at Hashem's creation, you're showing them how to appreciate the world around them. What could we do to help them build this gratitude muscle? Again, it's built into our Jewish day. We start the day with Moda'ani. When your kids are little, make sure to sing Moda'ani out loud. And then my sister has a song that she adds on, she tacks on. She says, Hashem, I'm not going to sing. Oh, whatever, that would be bad. But Hashem, we thank you each and every morning for the sunshine and the trees, for the love that fills our heart and the blessings that you bring. Sing that with your young kids, and then you can make your own ending for what you're thankful for. And if your kids have been raised on it, yeah, they'll definitely think it's corny when they're teens, but as they get older, it'll just be a part of them. They'll sing it to their own kids. And if you want for your older kids now, you could just say something grateful that you're grateful for at the dinner table. It's quick, it's meaningful, and it sets a positive tone. Now let's talk about your action step for this week. Remember in my first podcast, I told you you're gonna have an action step. Start saying thank you at home. Thank your kids for things that they're supposed to do. Thanks for setting the table. It made dinner run so much smoother. Or thanks for that hug, it made my whole day better. Let them hear you thank your spouse. Let them see gratitude in action every day. Remember, you're not trying to create perfect children. You're trying to build strong neural pathways that will serve them their entire lives. And that happens one small moment at a time. All right, in our next episode, we're going to talk about one of the hardest parts of parenting, learning to say no with compassion. I'll give you scripts that you can use right away. Thank you for listening to Simply Jewish Parenting.